I'm driving home. And at the time I was a grocery clerk because I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. I just wanted to play football. That was it. I looked at my wife and I said to her, my, again, girlfriend at the time, I said, babe, I know you want to get married. I have a really hard time going to your father saying, hey, I want to marry your daughter. And one day I want to play professional football. It was embarrassing to me. I said, but give me one more year. Give me one more year. If it doesn't happen, I got this far. She looks at me and she says to me, I'm with you. Just promise me that this will be it. And I said, okay. So next thing you know, the next year comes and, well, I got to actually step back for you to understand. I get home. When I get home, I go immediately the next day to my semi-pro practice because I wanted to keep playing. The guys all looked at me and they're like, hey, man, what are you doing here? I thought you said you were playing pro football. I explained in the situation and it broke my heart, bro. It broke my heart because I thought if anybody would understand, my boys are going to understand. Yeah. And they all looked at me as if I was lying. And that was tough. That was tough. I get home, I had a brutal night's sleep. I figure I might as well go back to school. I grab my books. I go to school. It's probably about 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon. And I go work out upstairs in the mezzanine at the college. Right. Next thing you know, man, 4 or 5 hours have passed. I walk down the stairs and I see the college prof putting this poster on the wall and it caught my attention. And I thought to myself, man, well, what is that? I go take a shower. I come back out. And just before I'm ready to leave, I walk over to the billboard thing and it says, and I quote word for word, 1 in 100,000 student athletes will ever play a professional sport, so stay in school. Wow. 1 in 100,000 student athlete. I'm not even a student athlete. I immediately ripped that poster off the wall. I rolled it up and I made my way down the hall. I had to get out of there. I race home. I get home. I sit at the end of my bed, just like I did after every single one of those free agent camps where I would sit down at the end of my bed. I would look at this poster that my wife bought me and it was entitled Determination. It's not whether you get knocked down, but rather if you get back up again. Right. I grabbed this poster. I went over to my desk on the side of my bed. I grabbed some tape. I put up this poster right beside the poster. And I thought to myself, maybe they're right. Maybe it is just a stupid dream. My friends gave up on me. Some of my family were talking behind my back. And all I could think of is, why everybody would just hated on me so bad because my dream doesn't affect you. It only affects me. Right. And I remember sitting at the bed crying, at the end of the bed crying. And I just remember again, thinking to myself, maybe everybody's right. I don't know. Everybody always asks me to explain this and I can't. I got up and I walked over to the desk and I grabbed the black Sharpie and I was standing in front of the poster. And then something to me. I don't know if it was like God speaking through me. I really don't know. I just remember, why does it always have to be someone else? Why not me? Right. And I was a huge Bon Jovi fan at the time. So the first thing that came to my mind was, why Bon Jovi? Right. I mean, yeah, he's a great musician. He made the best of an opportunity. Good looking guy, great talent. Why can't it be me? Why not me? I read this poster one more time after reading it 4 or 5 times. Why does it always, it's so hard. I read that poster one more time. And I just remember saying to myself, I could do this. I grabbed the marker. I read it. 1 in 100,000 student athletes will ever play professional sports, so stay in school. I grabbed the marker and I put a big X through 1 in 100,000. And I wrote, be that one. Wow. What you see behind me right here, the BTO, which is my fitness studio. You see the X going through it. I had a designer actually have me do the marker through that. And hence where I got my clothing apparel. But it was the 3 most powerful words that I've ever spoken. And I made a promise to myself right there. I'm not going to stop until somebody gives me a chance. From there, the following year, I went out to Cocoa Beach, Florida. I tried out for the Iowa Barnstormers, the quarterback. I'm having a stroke moment. I really, truly am.